Hello, Assalamualaikum and welcome everyone. You're currently listening to us podcast Maaf Cakap. Podcast sembang santai, tanpa stres, tanpa filter. Saya Alin.
Saya Falik Effendi.
Saya Huraira.
Betul, dia klik-klik.
Begitu je.
Berhenti di situ saja. Seperti biasa lah. Dia dah macam jadi rutin.
Ya, dia sebenarnya podcast Maaf Cakap
season 3
featuring.
Featuring. Kan dia macam ni. Season 3 kembali bersama 3 orang. Lebih kurang lah kot.
Dia macam lagi banyak season, lagi kurang orang.
Lain macam. Patutnya lagi banyak season, lagi banyak orang kot ya.
Lagi banyak season, lagi kurang host.
So Muna di mana sekarang ni?
Muna sekarang
Islamabad.
Wow. Dia buat apa kat Islamabad ya?
Jual diri.
Dia hari tu dia punya tour dekat Southeast Asia. Kali ni
Tour
dekat
tau macam main
dekat East Asia.
East Asia.
Nice.
Turkmenistan.
Okay, so bagi siapa
Islamabad
yang nak mengetahui lebih lanjut Mona buat apa, bolehlah lungsuri Instagram podcast Maaf Cakap.
Ingat nak jadi Muna promote IG dia. Dari
situ korang bolehlah klik ala-ala klik Mona tu, tengoklah kita orang sekali. Gitu. Okay, so
episod kali ni kita macam biasalah di hujung bulan.
Yes, di hujung bulan adalah Sofa Bersama Che Az.
Hello.
Itu dia.
Hujung bulan tengah tak ada duit, barulah cik aku.
Bukan hujung bulan tengah ada duit.
Yang company mana? Yang bagi awal bulan.
Dia dapat gaji tengah bulan ke macam mana?
Silap, kena fikir jap.
Orang duit banyak, dia tak rasa. Amin kena je.
Thank you for having the sofa with me again.
Yes. Okay. And
Yes.
also untuk menggantikan Munah di
Kehadirannya?
episod kali ni,
siapa?
membawakan seorang lah.
Kenapa? Kenapa you macam menggedik-gedik nak cakap pasal orang
I
ni?
kenalah gedik dengan orang ni.
Nyampak.
Tidak lain, tidak bukan. Dah diulang lah nama ni banyak dah dari season 1 sampai ke season 3. Ya.
So dia bukan lagi misteri?
Tidak misteri.
Kita biasa dengar nama. Kali ni kita boleh dengar suara
dia. Kasih suara sikit.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Saya suami
Oh
Alin.
my god.
Tujuan saya di sini untuk mempertahankan diri.
Mempertahankan diri, bukan mempertahankan Alin. Mempertahankan diri.
Korang kalau ada masalah jangan bawa ke sini.
Tak ada.
Simpan dulu dalam.
Dia, I dah tahu dah. Untuk hari ni topik bersama Che Az hari ni dia nak expose I. Topik apa kita nantikan. Okay, seperti biasa, we would like to thank Simply Sandwiches for allowing us to have our recording here. As usual, dah sampai season 3 dah kita masih di sini ya.
Kan setia betul
So you guys, if you guys want to order sandwiches or for any events, you want to inquire to have an event here, you can always contact us directly dekat Instagram Simply Sandwiches, or you can visit us on our website lama tak cakap pasal website. www.simplysandwiches for you, nombor 4 huruf U.
Korang ada website
Ada sebenarnya.
Ada website. It's a legit business rupanya.
Excuse you, we've been around for more than 10 years.
Ingat contoh hidup.
Cuci duit ke?
Tak ada.
Cuci duit.
Ingatkan money laundering.
Bukan, kami legit ya, kami legit.
Okay.
We were one of the
Carut
first.
cafe sponsor.
We were one
Kan?
of the first delivery services around, even before Grab Food, Uber Food, Foodpanda. Kami dah ada.
Dia terpaling.
Kami terpaling. Shazlin lah yang menghantar ya.
Shazlin juga yang menghantar. Shazlin yang buat sandwich.
Betul, dululah ni.
Bagus, function
dulu
ni.
lah. Of course.
No wonder masih di sini.
Yes, saya paling function
Saya kan.
sekali.
Kalau Shazlin adalah delivery company, Grab nama Grab, Foodpanda. Shopee Food. So Shazlin nak jadi apa? Binatang apa you pilih?
Ui, tak binatang. Saya
Binatang.
panggil ni Awesome
TV.
Tak. Sorry, distracted. Syuk. Dah. Kembali. Okay.
Dia dah macam ada
Dia tak jawab soalan tau.
Dia ada husband, dia distracted, dia jawab soalan. Apa? You punya nama delivery apa?
Delivery service apa?
Nama you?
Nama
Apa yang I nak namakan?
I nak namakan apa? I namakan ni
Wombat.
kot. Tak.
Pintu Doraemon.
Alamak,
sampai.
soalan ni I kena fikir banyak. I tak boleh impromptu. Jadi saya dapat jawapan yang tak apa-apa.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, tak apa.
Fine.
Okay,
Tak apa.
sayang, you rasa apa namanya?
Geli pula aku. Ya
I pun tak tahu sebenarnya.
Okay lah,
Okay,
seterusnya.
baiklah. Boleh
Dia
terus
krik-krik.
Kita boleh terus ke mana yang patut lah.
Yeah, boleh kita
Okay,
ambil.
so kembali kepada CP Sandwiches. Thank you.
Yep,
If you
yep.
guys want to come
Thank
over,
you very much.
We're in TTDI. And also if you want to, macam tadi dah cakap, kalau nak mengetahui lebih lanjut pasal kami di podcast Maaf Cakap, boleh lungsuri Instagram kami, podcast Maaf, MAAPCAKAP.
Yep.
Okay, seperti biasa, kalau dengan Alin ada layar jom
Okay,
kita.
give it. Tak ada orang yang
Walaupun
akan
dah-
hype untuk you tau.
Oh,
Kita orang
lah,
buat
Atikah tak ada.
Atikah tak ada. Okay,
Okay,
cepat
tak apa. Kita bagi joke of the day hari ni.
Silakan. Lagi you.
Lagi
Dengan
lah.
suami pun berhasil ke?
Mana satu aku nak bagi ni? Okay.
Ah.
So, why are most people tired on April 1st?
Because it's too early. Orang tak bangun lagi.
No?
Syairah macam tahu jawapan. Apa dia? Why are people too tired? That's my birthday month tau. Tak baik
Yeah,
tau
I know.
people tired.
So, why are people always tired on the 1st of April?
Because they've been marching the whole month.
Correct. Because they march 31 days. For the first time after 3 season, ada orang boleh jawab.
Ada je yang jawab.
Ada. Okay lah. Okay, congratulations
Tapi comel lah, comel lah. Okay.
Awak telah memenangi
Tanya
satu
balik.
ais PhD.
Yeah.
Okay, seperti biasa Kak Sakti kita harus ada Che Az.
Okay. Sebelum itu, Kad Sakti ni ada banyak kategori.
Udah lunyai kotak dia.
Kategori yang dia ada adalah sex and intimacy, couple, family, individual. Itulah dia. Past and future. Sila pilih kategori yang ingin anda jawab.
Cik Az akan go for sex.
Oh yeah,
Right?
exactly
Is,
that.
okay.
Thank you.
Hanya Jahari mengenal Malikam.
Sekejap. Saya
Kenapa I sundal sangat ke?
So I sindah jugalah.
Hoi, berkelip-kelip sebut sundal, berkelip-kelip lampu. Tuhan murka ya cakap benda yang bukan-bukan. Sekejap saya nak mengasing-asingkan kad ni sebabnya dia
Tak bersedia ya.
Ya, itulah pasalnya.
Tak
Why does it
bersedia.
have to be complicated with sex?
Of course, I don't know.
Biasa dah. Kita kena
So
perhalusi.
Che Az dah pilih kategori. Maka dengan itu kita minta Azim untuk mencabut kad.
Mencabut nyawanya.
Sudahlah.
Silakan.
Itu
Sex
je,
and
itu je.
intimacy.
Pick a card.
Sekali
Any
tak ada.
card.
Terang-terang depan mata. Okay, Azim, sempena.
Do I get to choose again if I'm uncomfortable with the question?
Boleh.
It has to be unanimous.
Okay.
Sebutkan.
What's something you try to actively avoid in life?
How does it got to do with sex?
How is that
Intimacy,
sex?
intimacy.
Oh, that's
wrong.
not.
Oh, that's past and future.
Maybe this is meant to be.
Why the same color? No. Okay. Try again.
Try again.
Semua orang
This is
berubah.
past and
Azim
future.
berubah.
Past and future. What the hell? It's all past and future.
Rupanya Falik has color deficiency code.
Same color, right? Orange, right? I don't have problem with colors, okay?
Justify remember. Apa
Okay.
ni Azim?
What do you fantasize about?
When it comes to
Fantasize.
sex
Oh my
and-
god. Now I regret choosing this.
That's why. Ke kita nak kembali ke soalan yang past tu?
One more
Okay.
draw.
Okay,
One more
okay,
draw.
One more. Dia
One
tetap
more
nak
time.
memilih sex.
You still want to stick with sex?
Yeah. One more draw.
Okay, maybe too deep kan?
Dagger fires. Okay, apa?
What's the thing I do in bed you'd want me to do more often?
Oh, that's only a couple can answer that.
Are you sure we want to proceed with this?
I nampak macam balik bersedia jawab. Tak ada. Cik Az tak bersedia nak jawab. Azim dengan Alin since korang
I nak
adalah
bagi couple yang sebenar je lah. Dia kat
Yeah.
sini jawab.
Tak cik. Kak Sakti semua orang boleh jawab.
Okay, couple dulu jawab.
Couple dululah. Kami beri penghargaan lah kepada couple yang legal ni.
Don't give up lah.
Sebab dia orang terpaling.
No, but this is towards you, kan? What's it?
It's either one
a
lah.
question for you, so you should answer
Don't gender
on
benda tu.
behalf. It's not the.
It's a couple that you ask that to your couple.
Yeah.
Your
What
partner.
is a question? What's the thing I do that you'd like to see more often?
Apa?
So you have to answer.
Striptease.
Oh my god, this is so.
Kissing,
No, you can
smooching.
turn the mic back.
Alin.
If anyone can see Alin's face now,
I'm like contemplating.
It's
Should I be
priceless.
talking about this or should I not?
close
what
your eyes,
should I
imagine nobody in the
say?
room and just answer.
Tanpa stres, tanpa
Tanpa filter. Betul. Alin macam excited je menunggu jawapan.
Yes. Jadi
Kata tadi syurga di bawah tapak kaki suami. Your husband is asking now. Jawab woman.
lubuk syurga.
Lubuk syurga.
Lubuk pahala.
Apa dia? Macam susah dua orang lelaki bini nak jawab ni.
What if we answer something petty like make the bed in the morning ke?
I mean, if
Boleh lah.
if that turns you on. We're already we're already 11 minutes in.
Yeah, we're like wasting time. Next.
Okay lah, take it. Dia orang tak
Okay lah,
jawab
okay lah.
Tak payahlah, jangan paksa lah. Jangan paksa.
Kita ada filter
Kita
lah.
ada filter lah.
Kita ada filter.
Filter dia yang ni je. Lepas ni kita buka balik filter tu
Otak dia.
Let's choose a different category lah kot.
Okay
Kategori
lah.
lain lah.
Which,
Okay lah.
okay, what category?
Take.
Okay
Let's
lah.
go with
Couple. Wow.
Less
Are you
intimate.
sure?
Maybe.
Kau tu ni.
Is it your fat finger syndrome?
What is this? Why is it so messy? Why is it everywhere? Boleh lah aku nak membebel ni.
Let's blame Afiq.
Tak apa, let's just pick one.
Okay.
Kalau dah
Okay.
boleh nampak sekarang ni macam kusut masai sikit keadaan guys ni.
Okay, let's
Last
go.
Minit ke-12. Masih mencari.
In what way could we improve our relationship?
Okay.
Okay, this is okay. Tolong jangan cerai.
Okay, since we're the only couples here,
Yeah.
I believe we go first lah kan.
Go.
Okay. I think between us, when we want to answer this question,
Masuk
I think-
lah, kita tak berkunci.
I think God is trying to save the marriage.
Yes. Sama datang ke 7-Eleven.
I personally feel in what way we could improve is mostly communication, because I think a lot of times nowadays, we're very busy with work.
Yep.
And we have our own work dramas going on, and sometimes we actually have to really carve out time to spend with each other to improve our relationship, or even just to know what's going on in each other's lives. So sometimes you take it for granted because we've been married quite a long time. So I think sometimes you feel like, she'll always be there for me, but that's not necessarily the case. We have a lot of friends who macam, if they let a small problem fester and then it grows into something bigger, and then something you don't want
Understood.
becomes the result.
Correct.
So in a sense, I think not just communication, but frequency and how well we communicate with one each other is something we can always try to improve.
Okay. To speak in the same wavelength lah.
I would agree because that was the first thing that came to mind. I think in any relationship, no matter you baru ke, you dah lama ke, whatever, communication is always the key. You have to communicate, and it's something that you learn and improve over time.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Kenapa macam serius pula? Okay, Khalid,
Oh, jawab juga.
jawab. Bila lagi kita orang je. Ni macam couple special ke?
Mikrofon I macam it's not working. Kasih orang lain jawab lah. Okay.
Tiba I macam
Aku macam serius lah. Apa benda masalah ni kan? Okay.
Maybe first you can define answering this question: relationship with partner or family or pet. I don't know. Depends on you. Depends how you want to answer the question.
Lain macam dia. You menyesal ke tidak bawa dia ni hari ni?
Let's not have him again.
Okay lah.
Okay. Relationship. I guess with my partner lah kot. So basically, I guess yes to communicate and to communicating is one thing. Understanding what the other person wants to say is another thing as well. So one person can just talk, but if the other person doesn't understand, it doesn't go anywhere. So I think communicating, and understanding what is it that that you guys need, that we need in the relationship, and also empathy lah. Empathy towards your partner. So right.
No, I think I want to build on that.
Wow,
on
okay,
your
today's topic is
response
this and not other topic. It's already 15 minutes.
Because you mentioned how it's not just communication, you just want to make sure that you both understand each other in the relationship. So just curious lah, in what way do you feel most misunderstood?
Oh my god.
I rasa boleh tolong you.
Fucking hell. We're not gonna have Azim on this podcast anymore.
Kita boleh rename kot episod ni. Ini bukan Sofa di Sofa Che Az. Tak
ada. Sofa
di
Azim.
Sofa Azim. Special.
Aduh, what? Oh.
Masih nak jawab bagus.
I give you some context lah. Okay, let's say your intention was a gesture, whether to show your affection or appreciation. Tapi sometimes the reaction that you receive is not what you were expecting. And in a way you felt misunderstood. You wanted to relay this message, but instead something else
I'm about to say that
was the reaction.
I think I do not have that sort of experience, but in terms of understanding, it's more on the behavioural side, meaning cara dia show dia punya care, cara dia because dia adalah seorang yang totally the opposite of me.
Okay.
So that is how I need to understand cara dia, not necessarily in terms of communication, apa yang dia cakap atau apa yang dia bagi reaction. It's more of how dia punya behaviour. Dia tidak banyak bercakap doesn't mean that dia is angry. So that is the thing that I don't think I've had that much of experience of what you said, because I don't think so. So probably because dia pun jarang bagi reaction. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Proceed.
Thank you for opening that can of work.
Q, what about you?
Soalan tadi apa sekali lagi?
Define the relationship dulu when you want to answer this question.
Partner. I prefer the couple lah.
Okay.
As couple. In what way could we improve? Improve is not the words over here. I wanted to say to myself, it's just about expectation. And
Okay.
I think it's time for me to having less expectations.
Okay.
Because sometimes expectations menghancurkan.
Betul, expectation leads to
And disebabkan
Devastation?
kinda.
No, it's what sometimes people say, if you don't have too much expectation, you'll be not as disappointed if things go bad lah.
Betul.
Correct.
So I wanted to have that improvement dalam diri I terhadap relationship, so that I have less expectation, supaya dia tak hancurkan I, dan I pun tak melihat my couple or my partner as something yang akan membuatkan I kecewa.
Faham? Muak?
Begitu
Okay.
saja.
Okay, so kita close dengan Che Az,
Che Az,
so that
tolong
dia
Che
boleh
Az.
open cover.
Azim has a follow-up question. Of
build
course
up.
he does.
Yeah.
Silakan,
Now
Azim.
since we're talking about expectations and disappointments, macam it feels like you put a barrier in that sense.
Okay.
Because we're talking about your, like you mentioned, this is in regards to your partner.
Yeah.
Okay, your partner in life. So is it something that you've been through that make you have this guarded approach towards a relationship?
Betul. Betul, dia experience sebab kita tak nak pada masa yang sama kita terlampau banyak meletakkan harapan. Dia tak berniat, ataupun pasangan kita mungkin tak berniat untuk memberi harapan palsu itu. Mungkin not the time yet for him or her untuk to give it to us. Mungkin kita terlampau mengharapkannya untuk berlaku secepat yang mungkin. So untuk elak keadaan tu, sebab kita pun dah experience keadaan tu, so that's why I menjawab untuk ada sedikit kurang expectation. Bukan tak ada langsung, tapi mengurangkan expectation itu supaya tak ada kekecewaan dan tak berlaku pergelutan di dalam rumah tangga lah.
So let's say to like improve your relationship punya life cycle lah, would it be safe to say that it's best to communicate your expectations between one
betul.
another
I sangat setuju,
slowly?
Azim. Betul.
That's the best approach for you.
I think it's don't put it as something yang kita expect, tapi something yang kita discuss over it. It's easier to make it that way supaya dia mungkin boleh beritahu this dia punya timeline. Kalau dia boleh achieve, ataupun dia senang kata sorry, I tak boleh buat langsung keadaan tu.
Okay.
It's easier.
Okay.
Okay, Cik Az macam jawab satu-satu.
Satisfied?
Satisfied. Next.
I think we should just carry on with this topic. I think I like this topic. Thank you so much.
Okay, what's the topic?
Okay,
Cik
so-
Az, we end this
How to improve our relationship?
okay.
Yeah.
So we end this
I
card
did not
sakti
ready for
with
this one.
job. We end this card sakti with Cik Az so that Cik Az can kupas and open up our topic for today.
Oh, okay. Are we still doing the before topic? Are we sticking to this topic?
Because Cik Az somehow dia proposing untuk ada this topic to be
Dah half
discussed.
time dah.
No, we'll see how the conversation goes. And we
I can
naturally
see it
flow.
very glowing lah. Azim, I can see
Alright,
it.
macam mana?
Okay.
I rasa
I think I
I rasa
wanna-
yang ni kita boleh reject kot lah awal-awal.
I think I want to propose. I mean, I'll
Okay.
answer this,
Okay.
and then I think you will be asking more questions, kan?
Okay.
So we'll just take it from there, lah. Paling Baba busy.
Are you improving your relationship with your boss?
Oh fuck no.
Oh fuck no, yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. But this context, the card says couple.
No,
It is.
It doesn't say couple.
True.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
depends what you want to.
Alright, because kita definition of
Okay, so the card says couple. The context that you guys have gone through is like marriage, partner.
How about you?
Stress. Okay.
I belum jawab dah stress.
Okay, I think, oh my god, there's so many things going on in my head masa dengar you korang jawab. Communication taken, expectations taken. So okay, valid.
Wait, what was Falik's one?
Being misunderstood.
Understanding.
Understanding. Sorry.
Simply take what you want to take.
Understanding, which is communication jugalah, kan? Okay. I think I can maneuver this.
Silakan.
I think we can keep on this topic, but we can maneuver this to the topic.
Okay.
Yang kita cakap.
Boleh.
Which-
Because it's Sofa Bersama Che Az, so you can
Yeah,
take your
that's
one.
why I wanted Cik Az to be the last one amongst us to
I think the
sembang.
context is partner, but I can also extend it to any form of relationship around us.
Correct.
Please.
Boss ke, workplace ke, kawan-kawan ke.
Kawan-kawan, boleh.
Which I think point one, communications, understanding, and also expectations kan applies. For me, I would say two things. Satu adalah supportive. Satu lagi adalah empathy.
Supportive in the sense of the support system? Oh.
No.
Just being a very supportive partner.
You don't need to be a support
Okay.
system pun, but you just need to be supportive.
Okay.
And one more thing adalah you cannot be supportive if you are lack of empathy.
Faham.
So in that sense, I think it doesn't only work for couples, but it also works with people around you lah,
Human
by
being
taking the communication, understanding, and also the expectation. So, so my context partnership pula adalah I had a very toxic relationship.
Okay.
You
But
have a very toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Or
very.
You are or you were?
have
You had. Wow, okay.
So we fall off and then we got into it together. I think because somehow along the way I become toxic myself. So we just don't see how we can be functional with other people new in our life.
Okay.
So somehow the toxicity between us two works with each other.
Became the common ground.
It becomes I hate to say it lah, but then
Okay.
again it becomes the only thing that we can function about with
Okay.
together with. But oh shit, this sounds so bad. but then again, I'm not saying that it's something that I want to be in. I don't want to say that I want to carry on with it, but it's just what we are having now. Yeah.
Is it safe to say it's something that you're comfortable and familiar with?
I'm not. To be honest, I'm not. But the thing is adalah,
It's something that
Macam
you
nak
know.
cakap Macam nak cakap This is the only thing. Betul lah, that is the only thing for now that I know. And he knows me too. So kita dah tak ada hijab yang kita boleh nak berlakon jadi baik ke apa ke, because we see so bad in each other.
Yeah.
But when we are also passionate, that when we become okay with each other, I mean like we are the most passionate lover.
Faham.
So in that sense it's toxic lah, because dia hot and cold kan.
Your heart and your cold.
Kan, yeah. Again, I'm not proud of saying this out loud, but then again, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have
Kenapa you maaf
a
cakap?
beautiful
Kenapa you cakap
relationship.
you're not proud?
No,
After
I'm
all,
not
kan
proud.
setiap orang ada masing-masing punya jalan.
Well, of course you tanya of course I want to be normal. Of course I want to be like Alin and Azim, How you do you know they are normal?
What do you define as normal? Because
Happy
normal
lah,
for us
happy,
might not
happy.
be normal for
no,
you.
you never know behind the closed door.
Alright, again, I don't need to know what happened behind closed doors.
Yeah.
It's enough whatever that they are showing in the public, which I tengok by my filtration is, oh, bestnya, so sweet. That's all lah, kan? I mean, that's my judgement lah. But to me, my toxicity of relationship to the extent that I tak boleh pun ajak dia keluar jumpa orang.
Okay.
It's to that extent. So
Ada reason ke?
because bila jumpa orang, kita akan jadi macam okay, ataupun tiba-tiba dia buat perangai dan dia boleh snap dan I pun boleh snap
Meloncat
lebih.
sekali.
So volatile, it's very volatile, yang sampai boleh tiba-tiba he could just left me
What's
and go
triggering?
back. Anything, he's just volatile. So I pula adalah orang yang cuba akan beradab di tengah khalayak, tapi bila engkau biadab depan aku di khalayak, aku boleh sirit and aku boleh jadi lebih volatile daripada engkau. So I'm like that. So which again, what I said, I'm not proud of it, I don't like being in it, but that's the only thing I know for now.
Dan dia pernah berlaku?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
banyak
I
kali?
don't create things, it happened.
Banyak kali?
Yes.
Now I understand lah
Bukan
kenapa.
fiction. It's fiction.
I mean, if it doesn't happen, why am I imagining things, right?
Bukan, maksudnya
correct.
kekerapan dia tu maksudnya.
Of course, dia jadi kerap lah. Sebab tu lah I sampai pilih tak jumpa dia langsung.
But you are with him, but you
In
tak
a way,
jumpa.
in a way.
Are you okay with that?
Of course I'm not.
But you choose to stay. But you choose to be in
Yeah,
it.
my question.
Dynamic
It's
podcast
crazy
ni
kan?
tiba-tiba dah macam berubah tau.
It's
Dia
crazy
macam
kan?
dari Che Az yang nak control, suddenly everyone's like Che Az.
Tak, it's okay. I think because
After all ni kan di sofa bersama dia.
No, because at the end of the day, where is the empathy goes?
Okay.
Where is the support system goes? Which relevant je sebenarnya. It doesn't matter pun kalau dekat workplace pun. I mean, still I'm also experiencing a very horrible moment in my life now at my workplace that I just feel like I want to stab everyone. Yes. Okay.
We all have that moment.
God, it's so frustrating kan. So sama je kalau kita pergi kerja pun. Kalau kita pergi kerja, kita expect akan ada kita punya buddy yang kita rasa work may be shit, but because you're there, I am having fun being there.
Yeah.
Correct.
But if you don't have that dynamics with your people working together with you,
salah.
work is shitty, people
People
are
are
shitty, then what's left?
Yeah.
Shit lah.
This be shit.
Exactly. You nak rely on your boss, pergi mampus lah. Memang bos tak peduli lah dengan kau kan. So sama juga dynamics partnership, dynamics dengan tempat dikerja and friends. Well, I just said to you just now, I no longer call anyone as my close friend. I no longer call anyone as my best friend. But if I feel that I love that person a little bit, ataupun I rasa I sayang orang tu lebih sikit, you can see lah how my body language is. I sampai takut nak panggil orang close friend or best friend lah.
Faham.
I mean that's I don't know lah, perhaps if it's happening to me je, mungkin I'm the problem lah kot. But then again, it's a two-way communication, it's a two-way street where I think supportive and empathy is very important. Yeah. Back to you, Azim.
Azim
I don't know,
soalan.
since you're touching on empathy as our topic for today. I think banyak misconception lah out there when you put the two words together, empathy and sympathy. Okay, these are two very, very different terms. Very different terms. Some people say that empathy is how you're able to feel how the person is, or and to put in other words, to be in that person's shoes. Okay. Sympathy, however, is like, oh, I kesian kat dia.
Betul.
It's very common term.
Very,
you
very.
see something, oh, kesiannya. I don't know, what do you guys feel? Macam, in what situation should you empathize? What situation should you sympathize?
Okay, if you need a breather, I think personally lah, I feel when you do not have any capacity or ability to do something about it, the most you can do is just to sympathize, because that's the most that you can do, because you're like, okay, kesian. So when you are able to really understand what that person is going through and being able to do something about it, that's where the empathy comes from, because you are able to metaphorically walk in that person's shoes, because maybe you have some experience, maybe the experience is not from you, or you've heard or you saw, so you know what is happening, so that is where the empathy comes from, then that is where you empathize. So contoh macam probably not the best example, what's happening in Gaza.
Okay.
We don't know how we know it's bad, but we don't have that capacity of how really bad it is.
Cannot even imagine how to be in
so
their shoes.
To me, we sympathize on what happened. To empathize, that it's tipu lah, because we've never experienced war.
Correct.
We've never experienced someone taking advantage or killing or destroying our race or religion. So for us to say that, oh, aku empathy aku dekat dia orang kat sana, macam, really?
No, there's no way you can relate, kan?
So that's how I feel lah.
I think this is a very classic topic lah when it comes about. I involved a lot in volunteerism before. I hate the word volunteerism. Well, by now you should know that I hate a lot of things. Apa tu? I involved a lot with volunteerism before. I mean, growing up, I first of all, I'm an empath.
Okay.
When I say I'm an empath, it is something that I can't control. It's literally, when you are empath, you can't control. It's not something that you learn. It's something that memang macam kalau you daripada kecil tu tiba-tiba you nangis. Pasal apa tau? Senang je. You tengok makcik tu macam susah. By your definition, makcik tu nampak lusuh, duduk tepi koridor, suap nasi dekat anak dia. Kau nangis, meraung, tak tahu kenapa. You feel, you don't know why, you just feel sad and all. So that's an empath lah, somehow lah, on a certain degree lah. So I was born that way. So I feel like the burden of the world is on my shoulder, which leads to a messiah complex, which is that I feel that I need to help these people. I need to help these people. So that's when I got into volunteerism, and I got mixed with a bunch of privileged people who do kindness. But then again, I got misled.
Misled. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that when these people do charity, to be honest, literally, I tak nak judge bahawa diorang ni tidak ikhlas. Tetapi volunteerism adalah bukan sesuatu yang dilakukan kerana apa yang I rasa dari lubuk hati I.
Okay.
It is actually another outlet untuk orang buat baik, untuk rasa bagus tentang diri, which is not wrong. Ada empathy tak? mungkin ada tapi bukan semua.
Okay.
Ada simpati tak? Simpati itu ada dijadikan pemangkin kepada permulaan kerja volunteerism itu, tetapi akhirnya menjadi kurang simpati sebab deal dengan orang-orang yang needy ni sampai kau dah tak ada perasaan simpati. Dia jadi projek. Faham tak?
Macam autopilot
Dia jadi autopilot, jadi projek tau.
Okay.
So because of my empathy is so thick, I could feel every cell in my body is going against it tau. Like macam this is not it, this is not it, this is not it. And I started to criticize people who's doing this job for many years.
Okay.
Dealing with these street friends, dealing with this needy community. I feel like macam I feel like I'm so angry. I'm fumed with anger, with wrath, because I could feel it. Although I come from quite privileged background, but then again my family background kita is quite fair. Kita ada yang betul-betul susah dan kita memang daripada kecil dibesarkan untuk tengok kesusahan dan rasa kesusahan. Sebab my parents memang literally every year bulan puasa, minggu kedua sampailah akhir bulan puasa tu kita tak pernah tidur, tak pernah buka puasa kat rumah, because we will literally go into the pedalaman dan memang bagi duit dan juga beras mengikut ke apa tu, nisbah orang daif kat situ tu. So kita memang kadang-kadang buka puasa dalam kereta pun sebab it's too far from house. So we see bila orang bawa kita kata dia kata cik inilah tempat ni kita nak bagi tempat orang ni. So kita kata mana rumah dia kata makcik ni ibu tunggal anak 8 tapi dia memang sakit scoliosis whatever not dah. Mana rumah dia? Tu depan tu. Mana rumah dia? I still remember I was like 6 years old.
Okay.
My mother was like, mana rumah dia? Kata tu depan tu. Cakap, mama kata tu reban ayam. They actually live in reban ayam.
Wow.
So I grow up watching that. So empathy tu besar tau benda tu dalam dia sebenarnya jadi tak bagus lah juga, because you feel too much kan on behalf of people, but then again you go and put yourself on the street kat Chowkit, and literally you see kids lari-lari tak pakai kasut, sebelah tu orang tengah duk cocok dinner. But I feel that I want to do anything about it, but I cannot. I don't have that superpower. At the same time, I juga nampak orang-orang yang buat volunteer ni marah orang-orang ni sebab kadang-kadang macam tak queue ke apa. But that has become their job, tahu tak? So my core is against that. So in that sense, okay, tu dah tidak lah. Satu, empathy ni you born with it. You tak boleh belajar. You memang rasa-rasa je. But what you can train yourself to be is to sympathize.
That's the least that they can
That's
do
the
lah.
least you can do lah. Because I tak boleh paksa orang ni empathy macam apa yang I rasa tu kan. I tak boleh paksa Falik. Kenapa you tak rasa dia punya predicament dalam hidup ni? Falik tak boleh cakap dia boleh empathy sebab Falik tak rasa. Benda tu tak born within Falik.
Correct. His point earlier also, you have no idea what they're going through.
Exactly.
You can't even begin to imagine.
Betul. So memang ada orang dia memang tak boleh capable, dia tak capable untuk merasai, put themselves in the shoe. But okay, here comes the second least thing that you can do lah. Sympathize. To me, benda tu adalah basic humanity. So kalau you tak boleh sympathize juga, then why the hell are you here?
Dan itu lah yang terakhir you cakap tu, being supportive lah kot.
Being supportive lah, itu je. Okay, supportive, whether you boleh ada kat situ to show support, or you don't need to be there to show support by doing something else lah, dekat belakang lah, behind doors ke, komen baik-baik lah, ataupun tak apa, aku tak boleh nak turun padang tolong orang ni sebab aku tak reti, aku tak reti nak pergi panas-panas ni, aku tak boleh. But what you can do, I know my auntie is actually a CEO, this person, I can connect you.
Okay,
That's the least you can do lah. If you have whatever power that you can utilize it with no empathy, with less sympathy, but at least do something. If you cannot do anything, shut up.
So to sum this up juga, benda ni juga terbatuk kepada hubungan macam cakap tadi
sama.
kan.
It's the same concept.
Okay.
Sama je dengan tempat kerja you. Department you kena bambu dengan bos dalam meeting. Kenapa pula yang kau tiba-tiba nak pergi menambah bos kau nak pergi mencurah minyak kat aku ni?
Okay.
Simple je. Again, you cannot empathize whatever that I'm feeling If you are adding it up because your department is affected with whatever that my department is lacking, I understand that is a constructional criticism ataupun is a benefiting to everyone in the permasahalatan itulah.
Okay.
Tapi kalau kau just for the sake macam but I think Che Az, you should have done this. Aku akan pandang kau memang nak tumbuk lah muka kau. Masa tu kau memang nampak kau nak naik. Itu je. Itu je.
Okay.
Yes, Alin. Please back to differ.
I'm sort of interested in the point when you say that you are born with empathy. I sort of do not really agree on that.
Okay.
Because
It's nature lah kot. It's not nature.
it can be nurtured.
Okay.
It might not be nature. Some people like you or like Alin or whatever, maybe you were born with it. But some people, maybe they learn along the way. They acquire the empathy,
From what they see from young age and all. Correct.
From what they go through, from the people that they surround themselves with,
Experience and all. Possible.
However, the level of empathy yang dia ambil itu is another thing.
Another level lah.
Yes, you might be hanging out with a lot of orang-orang yang mungkin sedikit susah. Tapi kalau you memang acuh tak acuh, or just surface sort of relationship, you know, dia tak dapat juga. Kan? But kalau you memang rapat dengan orang-orang macam gini, and you pernah pergi rumah dia duduk, so that is where you gain or learn. That's where you nurture that sort of thing.
Agree. Betul.
Sebab I think it's something that it is, you can nurture it, but at the end of it, berapa banyak, how much of empathy do you have?
That's very interesting because when you said that, one thing clicked to me adalah I want to believe that I may be nurtured to be an empath. But then again, when I say that the first experience adalah bila I tengok my parents, not just my parents tau, my arwah my grandfather, my uncle and all, they orang ni memang in that sense lah. Sorry, oh my god, I'm so sorry, ancestors and all. Yeah, I'm so sorry, ancestors and all. My family, when I say family, not just my parents, but the extended family, they are so used of doing all this. To me, tapi kalau you perasan, I cakap I tau, born empathy, empath tau. These people is not an empath at all. Okay.
Sebab they not get used of seeing that.
No, because they
do because of the name.
No, they
because
do it because they feel that they need to be kind. They need to be nice.
It's an obligation.
It's an obligation to them because I have more, therefore I should give more.
Mungkin dia masuk dalam kategori supportive itu.
Baguslah. Tapi that's what I'm trying to say. Maknanya walaupun yang Falik cakap tadi tu betul, memang ada nurtured, tapi I would like to believe that I was nurtured by my family members to become an empath. But I feel that I believe that I am born with it because my empath level annoys the bloody out of my mother daripada kecil.
Faham?
Dia macam kalau pergi pasar malam, kalau kita kat kampung ke pasar malam, one stretch tu kan. So dalam satu stretch tu ada dekat 5 orang yang makan duduk minta sedekah kan. I'll make sure that I'll put every glass that they hold with some pocket money that I have. Or if I finish it, I'll be asking from my mother will be like scolding me kena tengok orang. Aku macam dalam hati macam, bukankah semalam Ma baru tolong orang susah, so macam hari ni tak tally.
I see.
Faham tak? So it took me a while to understand yang sebenarnya, kalau orang tu dah buat baik semalam, tak bermakna dia akan buat baik consistently hari ni dan lusa dan tulat.
Okay.
So in that sense, I agree with Falik. Ada some yang memang nurtured, tapi I don't know lah, macam I ni, aku punya empath ni kadang-kadang annoying juga sebenarnya Falik. Sampai macam itulah, mak aku sendiri pun menyampah dengan aku kadang. Dia sampai cakap apa tau, kau punya anu tu kalau dia tanggal bagi orang, itu pun kau bagi orang. Itu ayat dia lah.
But I actually like Falik's Falik's approach towards nurturing empathy.
True.
Because
I agree on that.
I think if you actually take the time to nurture empathy for yourself. I think in any situation, you put yourself in a way that you can see many different perspectives on a certain situation.
Betul.
Okay. So because if you're only you only care about how you feel towards the situation, for example, so you don't take in other people's opinions, you don't take in constructive criticisms, for example, you get tunnel vision.
True.
And then whatever advice or whatever anything people try to help you, you may not see it that way because you lack empathy to actually view different perspective of a given situation.
Correct.
I think the best example is I think a relatable example is with friends. Because given a situation, let's say a couple breaks up, both have their sides of the story. But because you're the best friend with the guy, for example,
True.
of course,
Dia take side.
So true.
you take sides.
Yeah.
Because if you just view the situation through his lens, I'm sure you only see his perspective and whatever else doesn't matter.
So we have two sides of the coins, right?
There's always two sides of the coin, and if you don't nurture empathy, you might miss out on things like this.
Yeah.
Understood.
But then again, it's also up to that person whether they want to be fair or they would just want to be loyal to their friend. And let's say like macam I dengan Alin cakap apa pun, walaupun I tahu apa benda yang dia buat tu tak betul, tapi my first take adalah I'll be with you. Who are we hating today?
Saya tanya.
Jauh hating je. Okay. Faham?
I am interested with the term. Okay, we were talking about empathy, empath, and also that's another thing is empathetic person. So an empath is something like macam Che Az. While from whatever that I read for the past 15 seconds, empathetic person is just a person yang feel the empathy. So empath feels more than empathy. It goes beyond that.
Betul.
So
It's something you cannot control.
It's something you cannot control, and it happens in your head as well. It's this neuron in your head that actually causes you to become an empath. So memang betul lah you were born with it because it's in your brain. So while
You are quite mental about it lah. Exactly.
the name is mirror neurons. So that's why you can mirror
Yes.
other
I
people's
see.
feelings.
Okay.
Exactly that.
Yes, while empathetic person is macam gitulah yang
Nurtured.
yang nurtured, yang kucing yang mati. Okay, I feel that's experience. I know how you feel. That's that.
Yeah,
so
betul.
so while there are people who are born with it, which is empath, and there are people yang were nurtured to it, which is the empathetic people.
Now it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, doctor.
you're most welcome.
True, it is true. No, because betul lah macam yang Falik cakap tu, because ada je yang I rasa dia tak born empath pun, tapi dia very empathetic kan, and also sympathize. So going back to as a couple, how important do you feel now you're married? How important do you feel that a couple
Kenapa Alin bagi siap-siap kat Azim?
need to be empathetic, not empath,
kita
empathetic
punya
towards each other?
apa tu podcast hari ni kan ni di Sofa Bersama Che Az dan Azim.
So you dah ada
Che
guest.
Az Azim.
Che Azim.
Che Azim.
It rhymes.
Korang jawab.
Jom, soalan dia lagi sekali.
How are you as a legitimate married couple?
Okay.
Now you condemn me ya. Setuju dah lah.
Legitimate married couple, halal. Have this empathetic in your relationship?
I think it comes down to perspective juga lah, depending on the situation. Because like to me, when we talk about marriage, halal, legitimate relationship, like you in your words, a lot of people paint marriage as one big thing. But to me, it's actually a journey where you sort of develop together, you grow together. Because a lot of times when relationships work out, one of the things that people say is, "Oh, you're not like how you used to be. You've changed."
Yeah, from one perfect 10, now you are no longer perfect 10.
Like that.
Really?
But that's the reality of things, because in life, nothing stays still.
Betul.
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's either you are stagnant, where you're actually not stagnant because time
You're
moves
not,
on,
yeah,
so
you're
you
not.
are actually regressing towards death and decay.
True.
Or you can choose to move forward towards growth. So a relationship is like that. Memang you will grow. Memang you will learn to adapt to different situations. Because, for example, if like in your experience, you come from a well-off family, you know, nothing is set in stone. Correct. You might find yourself in a very bad situation.
True.
Yeah, and how do you grow within that relationship to adapt to new situations? So as long as you can empathize with what each other's what we're going through together, and how maybe different approach that we find ourselves in kan. I think that really helps to communicate better, to stay on the same page, so that we know what to do to either get out of a situation or to fix things or how to grow together.
Do you guys remember hari tu it went viral that this guy he commented on a video from Taka yang kata yang mamat dia kata perempuan tak payah sekian-sekian. What's his name? So he was talking about how guys dia kata, along the line that perempuan ni so among the things that I remember what he said was perempuan dulu tak macam perempuan sekarang. He was like saying that women now are he was making a very bad comment lah, responding to Taka punya video when she was talking about perempuan has to be independent, perempuan cannot rely on men. So I forgot the name of this guy. So it went viral. So because he sounded very
Misogynist.
misogynistic.
Okay.
And then so another podcast called him over. So he macam to justify his statements.
Okay.
His where like I think one of the things that he said that why women are allowed to vote when women are didn't do anything. So that sort of thing.
So we have
Oh my
a
God.
red pill version of in Malaysia juga lah. Red pill podcast.
Yeah, something like that.
I
thought
see.
it was just a video on TikTok. It went viral. So he came over to that podcast as a Singaporean podcast. So we were talking about it. So among the things that he said, so he was talking about that, blah 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 blah. Why I was interested because dalam that conversation, he did mention that he felt like marriage is a cheat. At one point he didn't believe in marriage because he felt cheated. Because dia kata sebelum dia kahwin, the perempuan is like this. After marriage, the perempuan is no longer the same.
Yeah.
So it reflects back to what you say about the change. When I was listening to that podcast, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, yeah, whatever. So I mean, are you not? What sort of thinking do you have? Like, why do you expect a person to remain the same when the circumstance along the way changes daripada a single woman,
Correct.
to a wife, to a mother? Definitely it will not be the same. And the way Muhammad tu cakap macam the perempuan dia tukar, but he remains the same. Fucking hell, I don't think so. You change as well. So for him to say that all these women waktu sebelum kahwin dia macam gini, bila dah kahwin dia macam no longer the same. I'm like, are you really that
If he
shallow?
don't change, he is the effing problem.
Exactly.
The only thing you can't change is change.
Yes, change is the only thing that's constant.
Yes.
Yeah. So sorry, that came to my head. Yeah.
Wow. I need to look up with this guy
Yeah,
so that I know that I will not have to.
Yes.
Or perhaps I need to call him up on my podcast. Oh, love.
So dia kata why it went viral because dia punya PR team didn't release the complete video. So that's a whole total
usual
video.
lah.
Yes. So
Bloody asshole.
the PR team only released that part, so it was misunderstood what he wanted to say.
Okay.
So yeah, I find it.
Yeah. I mean, cool.
Ada soalan terhadap orang yang halal ni berkahwin ni.
Wow.
Memegang status sepasang suami isteri.
Silakan.
Memetik semula kepada apa yang Azim tanya tadi. Growth and then changes tu somehow berlaku. Dan dia tak salah sebenarnya. Bila dan you tak boleh expect orang tu kekal. Macam Farid cakap kan, kau gila ke apa kan? Memanglah kena ada perubahan sejajar dengan apa yang berlaku dalam hidup. Kalau kata macam korang berkahwin kan, katalah seorang tu saja yang ada this kind of empathy, sympathy, support, the other one tu tidak ada. Contoh, dia bad for us ataupun dia minta kita jadi yang macam kita mula-mula dulu. You are perfect then. What happened to you now? You dah no longer fight for me. Tak beria dah untuk I. Masa bercinta dulu sanggup buat macam-macam. Now you dah macam stagnant. Kita ada kita our own reason, right? So kita nampak, kita perceive keadaan tu seperti dia, pasangan kita tu tidak supportive, tidak ada empathy, lack of sympathy, whatever. So kalau benda tu berlaku dalam hubungan, how to make it work? Sebab satu pihak lagi tak memberi.
Okay, I think in this type of situation, I've seen couples like this. The first thing you have to take in mind lah, you cannot dismiss what the other person is saying about you.
Betul?
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm sure there are changes, or you used to be like this. All this came from a version of you that was in the past, and because of circumstances, because of life, you're no longer who the
you were
ideal
before.
version in their heads. You're no longer the ideal version, and I'm sure you have your reasons.
Correct.
If it's to do with health or work stress or whatever circumstances lah, they're all circumstantial. But the thing is, although the physical may change, but you have to really look back as to how you made that person feel in the beginning of the relationship. Okay, because maybe lack of better words, they say you're not like how you used to be. Maybe they will petite looks or your living situation or things like that kan. But the thing is, what brought you two together is how you made each other feel at that point of time. So before you dismiss whatever they're saying as, of course change is constant. You know we all go through life, we have to grow. You actually have to take into account, you have to self-reflect.
Betul,
Why is it that
Dia bercakap macam
I
tu.
treat you differently? Because if you really assess how you treat your partner at that point of time during this crisis, and how you treated them back during your ideal version of you, is actually very, very different.
Betul.
Okay, so like one of the things that I personally practice in a relationship is that I have the belief that love does not last. Okay,
Faham.
love does not last because
But it's first.
no. No.
Shall.
What I mean by love does not last means like in a way, every day when you're with your partner, okay, and you tell them that you sayang, you tell them all the gestures you do, these are self-affirmations for you to keep reminding yourself that you are in love or you sayang this particular person.
Betul.
Because end of the day, given moods or whatever, that feeling of love might change. Okay, suddenly you're in a bad mood, you don't sayang that person because you're in a bad mood. Kan? But if you keep reaffirming each other, and you know that this is how you're supposed to be towards, as you go along your relationship, you keep that feeling intact lah. You won't get to that point where it became a crisis already. You're no longer how you used to be back then because you kept it constant.
So that's your practice.
That's my practice.
You meaning that you are saying the words of affirmation. You're practicing
it's
that.
not necessarily words, it can be actions juga.
Okay.
Okay, for example, I give you a very good example. When you're new in a relationship, okay, let's say someone asks you, pick me up from KL. What would be your reaction?
Depends.
Ni tengah bunga-bunga lagi, baru jumpa.
Of course lah. Sure. Habis dah. In 10 minutes
10 minutes dah sampai. Okay, 5 years down, tengah hujan lebat, can you pick me up in KL? Apa you cakap?
Kalau I mengenali diri I still doing the same.
Okay, that's very good for you. But other people will be like,
Jalan jam lah.
Can you go
Public
by
transport
train?
kan?
Public transport kan. Dia tunggulah kejap hujan gede, jangan datang ambil or something like that.
So what does it tell?
What it tells is that we have this habit. I don't know if it's habit or what, but just because we've invested a certain amount of time into a relationship, we get to treat it or treat the person differently. Okay, so if you want a relationship to last, always treat it like the first.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you always treat them like a first love, they'll never be your last.
Betul lah cakap. Love and last because it's first.
Okay. Itu daripada Azim. Alin, kalau you menerima pasangan, ini bukan you Azim lah, maksudnya keadaan itu, you tak rasa memberi dan menerima itu, dia tak balance. What Azim dah kata tadi, dia punya practice, how would you address this issue?
I think for me personally, in any relationship,
Yang banyak sangat tu.
yang satu. Okay. In the first place, kalau me being me, I wouldn't have let it to that point.
Sebelum dia parah, cegah siap-siap.
Yes. I from the point yang I dah rasa benda tu, it comes back to being an empath. Yeah. I dah boleh rasa there's something wrong, I try to fix it there and then.
Faham?
I takkan bagi dia meleret sampai dah let's say down the road, you know, and then you're like, oh, you're not like the one you dulu and all these things. Tak.
So that's you made the first time right lah.
Dari awal, kalau I dah rasa there's something wrong, we fix it, we talk.
Understood.
That's where communication comes in, you know. And that's also like what Azim said lah, benda tu is you tak boleh expect orang tu sama from day one sampai current,
yeah.
because you're supposed to grow together. You know, you being in that relationship, it's an adventure together. You're supposed to do it together.
As Azim said, there's the quote,
Correct.
journey, right?
Yeah. So
It's a journey.
when you see there's something wrong or you dah boleh agak is lain, you fix it lah. Jangan bagi dia meleret. It's like putting a band-aid lah. You nak plus sampai bila?
Dia ada selit ego kot kat situ. Kalau dah empathy ni, simpati dan juga supportive ni, kalau dah macam cakap kan, ada orang boleh meleret, bukan mungkin ego barangkali sampai dia biarkan keadaan tu melarat dan meleret.
Possible ego?
Maybe that's one. Tapi macam in a way, when we look at relationships that don't work out well lah. Okay, they maybe if it's a married couple, it ends up in divorce, or if it's a couple, just boyfriend girlfriend ends up in a big fight, and then then suddenly they don't want to see each other anymore kan? Tapi if you actually are honest with each other, there's actually a lot of little things along the way, a bit of neglect here and there, like Alin said, you know, if you feel something wrong, you don't address it, and because of ego, maybe you don't want to talk about it, and then all these small things build up until it leads to some big event, some big fight, and then suddenly the narrative changes. We broke up because of this big fight, when actually along the way you've been neglecting each other bit by bit by bit.
Pandai.
Tu yang bila bergaduh, it's not objective anymore. You gaduh pasal meja, lepas tu from meja it goes to the time you pasal small tu, yang itu, you know, all
sebab
the
tu
other.
you start ungkit. You ungkit because from the start, yang masa you dah rasa something is wrong, you tak fix it siap-siap.
I nampak Cik Az sangat
Mendengar dengan teliti.
panjang pandangannya, tembus
Jauh merendah.
Cik Az, kalau boleh sebab kalau lupa lah, ini program you. Takkan you diam.
I've lost my authority.
Betul lah program you dan Azim.
Di
Tapi you terlalu
Sofa
diam.
Bersama Che Az.
Cik Azim, Cik Az, I nampak you sebenarnya macam boleh resonate sangat banyak daripada apa yang diketengahkan
Or
tadi.
perhaps I look like it because I'm a fucking empath lah kot. No lah.
Okay, apa dia? In a relationship lah nak tengok.
Aduh, tak tahulah.
How did you perceive that? If that the situation.
Okay lah, it sounds very
Cliche. Tak.
Very stupid.
Tak. No. How to say you see, when I say that, I mention Azim dengan Alin tadi, korang tengok aku, macam mana korang tahu? Macam mana you tahu dia panggil? I don't know what's happening behind closed doors, but these are the first thing that I get when I see them.
Betul.
This is
Betul,
the feeling that I get without them telling me this, and I don't know Azim that close pun. I didn't even talk to Alin about relationship pun dengan dia before this.
Except dalam podcast lah.
Podcast, but then again kita sembang benda lain kan. Kita tak sembang pasal marriage pun dengan dia. But then again, when I see Azim and her together in a very limited time, that's the feeling that I get first. Again, being that empath, I absorb energy. So whatever problems you may have as like any heteronormative normal couple, then I leave it to you lah.
Also it didn't show.
It didn't. I don't know lah.
Jarang.
It's good that you know how to mask it ke, I don't know lah.
Tak pernah nampak. Surah masam.
But the thing is adalah I am constantly surrounded by toxic masculinity, which I don't really hear a man say that verbally. That's very rare.
It's a rare species.
It's very rare. So
simpan elok nanti kena sondol.
I tak nak lah puji.
Kau berani nak sondol?
I tak nak lah puji melambung-lambung. Nanti kan orang kata jinx
Betul.
Orang Penang kata tak ayam di kaki. Tak mau puji. Anak cantik, comel, jangan puji sakit-sakit.
Betul. Sakit ain.
Sakit ain. Ain.
Okay, that's the thing.
Yes, it is.
Sakit ain. So tak mau puji sangat, tapi because kita rasa dia benda-benda ni I absorb and I feel, and then listening to him to verbalize it, and then Alin is complimenting on her part lah pula. I was like, ya Allah ya Tuhanku, alangkah bagusnya kalau ini semua berlaku kepada semua orang. It's an ideal relationship.
Correct.
Tetapi orang kata bila kita bermimpikan perkara yang idealistik sangat, hujung-hujung dunia ni jadi utopia.
Betul.
Tak betul, tak logik pun.
Yes.
Tapi at the same time, thank you for saying it out loud, because this proof that there are still men out there yang begitu, yang boleh berfikir. Tak apalah kalau kau balik kejap lagi kau pukul bini kau tak tahu kan. Tapi sekarang boleh bercakap, boleh verbalize in a proper accuracy, when what to say, whatever not lah. Okay lah. Okay, by the book sounds nice.
Yes.
So I hope that's real. I hope that's the truth, and I hope that there will be more men like you out there.
Tahniah Azim.
Wow.
Tahniah kerana anda adalah orang yang tidak kami belah ototnya, terdapat otak di dalamnya. Tahniah, you ada akal lah.
No, the thing is, I think it's too idealistic. I mean, the way Che Az presented it, macam, no, I think we're normal couples. We do fight. We do have issues.
Of course.
But
of course
I think like in any relationship, if you actually take time to understand one another, and you actually have the goals that you want, the same goals, and you know you're working towards that. So in a way, it's like, you know, when you say you grow in a relationship, kan, if you don't actually understand what each other want, you end up growing in different directions, and that's where conflict comes about.
True. So that's why I want to go back to whatever that I said just now. Pertama, supportive. Kedua, empathetic. I don't expect you to be born as an empath. I don't need that actually. It's enough that I am already born as an empath, or perhaps neither of you are born as an empath. But there's two words besides communication, besides understanding, besides expectations. I think the first thing first yang orang kena ada adalah supportive and empathetic towards each other. Because only being empathetic to each other, and then comes the supportive part, baru you boleh communicate. Bila you communicate, baru you boleh understand. Bila you understand, baru you boleh manage your expectation. So benda tu berlaku ikut stages kan, or perhaps how any stage that you are comfortable with lah, is better. Tapi I always feel that if you are empathetic to each other, it will. And then the second nature adalah to support, because you communicate, understand, and then manage your expectation, then things will be so nice kan. So masalahnya adalah perceraian ke, kemusnahan rumah tangga ke, pengabaian kanak-kanak ke, anak-anak ke, ataupun abusive relationship comes from people who do not have empathetic values towards each other.
Betul.
Because they do not want to celebrate differences.
Tidak meraihkan
dia tak meraihkan differences tu. Sebab kalau aku A, kau B, kau kenapa tak nak ikut aku? Aku ni lelaki. Ataupun ini pula macam, oh, this is a modern world, I have to be a B. Why do I need to kowtow to you? This is not zaman dulu. Faham tak?
Yeah.
So both need to be empathetic to each other. Then you need to support each other by understanding what's lacking, what's extra in that sense.
And how you move forward together.
And you move forward from
Yeah.
there by communicating and understanding, and then manage your expectations.
Seni untuk agree to disagree tu kan.
Betul. Agree to disagree tu bukan dengan kawan je.
It applies to everything.
It applies to everything.
Yes. Can we agree to disagree that we have reached our time?
But this one is very good.
Topik ni daripada
Tapi
mula-mula
topik
macam
ni
lost,
macam-
lepas tu complete
tak
kan.
apa.
Thank you Azim. Complete ni.
Tapi untuk
Welcome.
korang,
Okay.
untuk korang, untuk semualah,
Okay.
untuk couple ataupun pasangan yang sedang berjuang meraihkan cinta mereka. Satu yang nak cakap, kalau anda berjaya, kejayaan tu adalah kejayaan anda berdua. Kalau anda gagal, kegagalan itu adalah milik korang berdua juga.
Betul.
Tidak ada satu pihak saja yang
Betul.
berlebih-lebih, dan macam tu juga kekallah untuk ada sifat ihsan dalam diri itu.
I nak tambah sikit. Empathetic yang kita dah cakap ni dengan supportive ni kan. Kita dah cakap tadi, kita fokus kat couple dengan marriage kan.
Yeah.
The same empathetic value you could also extend it to people outside.
Correct.
You know, to strangers, to people that you follow on your social media, and then refrain yourself from abusing that verbally on social media.
Merangkumilah untuk
merangkumi
semua.
semua benda ni. Ya Allah, ya Tuhanku. So, is it so hard to be kind? Kan? Itu je. Thank you.
Muhammad Azim.
Azim, wrap up.
Okay. Wrap up.
Wrap
Ada
up.
apa? Anything last
5
statement?
minutes wrap up.
Okay.
I think when we talk about empathy as a whole, before you even begin trying to put yourself in other people's shoe, you should really learn about yourself first.
True.
That's your first step.
Amen to that.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Azim.
your first step.
Thank you, Alin.
Because then only you can start to grow. You can actually open yourself to different
It's
perspectives.
as easy as if you learn about yourself too. Why would you be doing something bad to other people if you won't do it to yourself?
Kan dia tak faham
Correct.
diri dia, patut dia nak orang faham dia. Faham.
Faham je lah.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So kalau siapa-siapa yang nak mendengar lebih banyak lagi from Azim, you can follow Azim's podcast lah. Azim ada podcast pun. This could be the beginning of Azim's own podcast.
Mungkin kita orang akan keluarkan podcast bersama.
Azim dan Alin.
I nak dengan Azim, dengan Alin, dengan semua orang. Nak.
boy.
Buka lagi satu title.
Okay, kita tegaskan Azim adalah suami kepada Alin.
Ya,
Jangan
yeah.
sombong.
Azam yang ingat tak season 1 Alin tak ada Azam tapi Alin ada Azim.
So jangan sombong.
Allah.
Alin nak keep kau. Terima kasih Azim. Terima kasih
Siap
Che Az. Terima kasih
Tapi
kepada
tak apa kalau Azim kena sondo, tapi Alin empathetic tu.
Oh ya. Banyak lain macam. Okay, Q kasih tutup.
Kasih tutup lah Tutup lah.
Tutup.
Thank you to the cafe Sandwich CTI sebab bagi kita ruang dan peluang untuk rakaman ini. Boleh stay tune dekat kita punya Instagram dan juga Instagram lah sekarang ni nampak yang
Instagram,
lebih
Spotify.
yang lebih aktif lah. Di social media Instagram lah. Kalau nak dengar di Spotify
Maaf
kita di
Cakap.
podcast Maaf Cakap.
MAAPCAKP.
Alright.
Okay.
Sampai kita berjumpa dalam episod yang akan datang.
Yep.
Bye.